Alright. Hello everybody, welcome back. We're gonna do some, for today's Prime Loot Tuesday, we're gonna play some Foretales. It was one of the free games. There wasn't much of a description, but it looks like it's a, my guess is similar to Banners of Ruin, where it's a card game. So we'll see. Choose the next region. Okay, it looks like we have one mysterious patron. Volapane needs money to help his father and the local miners. His friend Leo says there's someone in town with a very lucrative job offer. Okay. Welcome to Foretales, an adventure game where you progress by combining cards and exploring decks. Whoa. This is it, Volapane, our ticket to the easy life. One last job and our days of stealing apples from the market are behind us. That's what you said the last time, so who is this contact of yours? His name's Timothy. He says he has work for people like us. And you're sure he can pay? Because I could really do with the money right now. Don't worry, he promised a hefty reward. Should be more than enough to help your father and the miners with their strike. And for me to take an early retirement. He's just a little difficult to track down in town sometimes. We'd better ask around then.
He looks like a good place to start.
Good day to you, young bird. How can I be of assistance? We're looking for someone by the name of Timothy. Ah, I see. A very secretive fellow, is he? I think I heard something about him the other day, but sadly my memory isn't what it once was. I'll turn that up a little bit. I missed what that was, but a bite to eat usually does the trick. About 5, I don't know what that symbol stands for yet, should be sufficient. 5 symbol, that's enough to last a few days. Ignore my friends here, we'll come back with some food for you. We already have one, just 4 to go. Oh, okay, so that's one of the types of cards. A typical region of the game is composed of 3 to 6 location cards placed on the board. You can learn more by hovering your cursor over a card. Sometimes left-clicking on cards will also trigger dialogue or a reaction from your characters. Okay. Marketplace. The sights, sounds, and smells of city life intermingle in this bustling hub of commerce, a great place to trade goods. Okay. Apple merchant. Don't be fooled by his jolly banter, he's as much a gossip as he is a merchant. Apples, fresh apples, no maggots in them or nothing. Gah, I've got to stop saying that out loud. Oh, okay. Money. It makes kings of men, buy forgiveness for lost souls, and can even start a war or two. Can also be used to buy apples. Oh, grim. Theft, murder, violence, and general lawlessness. A reputation like that guarantees respect among outlaws and makes law-abiding citizens to quake in their boots. Okay, so I might have to do... I don't know. It's not giving me instructions. Years in the wilderness have made Leo a outstanding tracker with a flair sniffing out foods. Do I have to drag it? Consumes 1 gold, and I get 2.
Oh, I hope you're going to wash that before you eat it.
Oh, okay. So I have to hover it over and drop it. One very important rule to remember, you can only play 1 card per location card on the board. Okay. Sometimes it will transform the target card into another, so if it has that symbol, but most of the time it will just consume it and travel to the next card. A standard used card from the board will go back to the bottom of the exploration deck. and once a slot is available, it will automatically be filled with the top card from the exploration deck. You can't run out of location cards to explore because the exploration deck always cycles. Okay. Alright, so that's just the same thing he said. Poor district. The population here are in dire need of help, but can also offer assistance if they're asked nicely enough. I need 5 for him. What does it happen when you put a person? Using the wilderness have made Leo an ascending tracker with a flair for sniffing out food in places of interest. Well, let's steal from him. Oh, 2 Grim required, and I only have 1. A good deed can open many doors. Having the respect of the community is always a good... Okay. So this symbol is a good deed. And so this one costs 1 gold, but I'll get 2 good deed out of it. Yeah, consumes 1 gold. I get 2 fame. And then I move to the next location. So I'll do that first then. Thank you, kind sir.
Very altruistic.
Alrighty. And then I can use 1 to get 2 food. Always happy to give a free sample to a local celebrity. You hear that, Volpain? Celebrities.
You know what they say.
Oh, I think we've got enough.
And all that.
Let's see what this guy knows. Lead the way. Oh, that looks like fighting.
Bandits. Lovely.
Beware, a hostile token is blocking this card. You won't be able to play any cards on this suspicious street until you get rid of those bandits. If you left click on the token, you can see the creature forming the group and decide whether to engage or not. Most confrontations start with a negotiation phase. If you have the correct resources, you might be able to discard this threat without any violence. But if you don't absolutely need to play a card here, you may as well avoid any conflict and play on the other cards available. So it said left click. Oh, okay, so they have 4 of these? Nope! Darn it! No! I wanted to not engage. You started your first confrontation, but maybe there's no need for violence. When you hover over the cards at your disposal, you may discover ways to get rid of some of your opponents. If you get rid of enough opponents, you'll bring the morale of this group down to 0 and the rest will flee. But if you don't have any cards to play or you don't want to play any cards, left click on the auto battle token to trigger the fight. Alright, so I need 1 Grim for him. So I think I can get out of this.
Do you feel lucky, punk?
An enemy was just removed from the confrontation. In most cases, this will subtract its level from the enemy's morale. Should the enemy morale reach 0, the remaining hostiles will flee. The level of an enemy is the number of the top left corners of the card. Okay, and then... Oh, it takes 4 now? So I don't quite understand.
Left to do.
From now on, both sides will automatically attack the opponent directly opposite them or to the left if no one is directly in front. Alright. Here's a quick breakdown of creature cards. The number in the red token at the bottom left represents health points. Bring it to 0 and the creature will be dead. Okay. The number next to the sword icon is the attack score. That's the number of health points removed every round to the creature directly opposite when the first finally starts to fly. Okay. The number in the top left corner is the level of the creature. That's pretty important because it's the value removed from the enemy's morale when the creature is removed from combat one way or another. In a confrontation, there can be 1 or 2 fighters per side per column. Only the front creature will take damage from the auto battle phase, but it will take damage equal to the sum of the attack scores of the opposition. Creatures in the back can only be affected by action cards or after the creature in front of them has been defeated. So they all ones. I don't remember what this is for. Let's attack.
Anyone going to check their pulse?
You've brought the enemy morale to 0. All remaining hostiles will now flee for their lives. When you trigger a panic, each fleeing enemy will grant you one, royalty? Whatever their level.
When all else fails, run away.
Okay. How do I heal my people? Suspicious street. A gold coin lies conspicuously on the pavement of this shady-looking street. The trap is obvious, but what do they say? Sic parvis magna? Oh yeah, so I needed this. Oh, thank you, young bird. Now, about this Timothy chap. But of course, where are my manners? Here, follow this path.
That should show the way. Very generous of you.
Thanks for the tip, friend. A good day to you, bird. Well, what now? I suppose we should follow the old beggar's directions on that piece of paper. Sometimes you'll have to seek directions to progress in the story and reach new destinations. Check the descriptions on your cards. That piece of paper? Yes, that one. Directions to Timothy. The old beggar has marked the map with Timothy's location. All Volpe needs to do is find the nearest marketplace and follow the directions from there. Ah, okay. Noisy tavern. The perfect place to get some rest and recruit fellow adventurers. Stay a while, listen closely, and you just might hear something useful. I don't have the gold, and I don't have the food, so I can only do... Inspection called arms that draws out potential allies in the area. There's food everywhere if you know where to look. I don't quite understand. A good deed can open many doors. Do I have to do... I don't understand. When you're born with nothing. That'll give 2 foods. Pepper division. The perfect way to cause a commotion or incomplete enemies. When you're born with nothing. Survive if you're lucky, survive long enough to get pretty good at it. Well, that gives me more, it looks like. And I have 2 nimble hands. Yeah, let's Oh, that also adds someone to the search party.
No point letting it go to waste.
Oi, someone just stole my lunch. Oh, you weren't finished with that?
They're onto you.
Oh, okay. And so this one is eavesdrop. You can learn a lot when you take the time to stop and listen. Alright, so that, a good place to refresh yourself or make a quick wash. Marketplace, yeah, so...
Jolly good show, Vopan.
A heavily bandaged figure stood alone in the alleyway. He looked like he was waiting for someone. As Volpain and Leo approached, the figure turned to greet them. Ah, Leo! So you're finally here, and you brought a crowd. I'm a shoebill. But of course you are. We heard you have work. Do I ever? But before we get down to brass tacks, I always like to get an understanding of who it is I'm working with. What do you mean? I'd like a demonstration of the value you'll bring to this operation. Demonstration? Yes, you know, skills, my boys. Show me your skills. The pair looked at each other, perplexed. What did he mean, skills? Skills in combat, sleight of hand, or maybe just a good old trick shot from Leo? Come now, don't overthink it, just do what you do best. A good place to refresh. Area. Well, would you look at that? Hey, anyone seen my pouch?
I don't know what you did to wind them up, but they look mad.
So is it left clicking? So we'll step away for now. Where's the eavesdrop? You learn a lot when you take the time to stop and listen. This looks like a good spot to refill our canteens. The sights, sounds, and smells of city life intermingle in this bustling hub of commerce, a great place to trade goods.
Hardly what you'd call gourmet, but needs must.
Poor district. The population here are in dire need of help, but can also offer assistance if they're asked nicely enough. I mean, food seems to give me more, so we'll do food. Bless you.
Ah, I suppose you're not hungry then, Volpan?
It's the apple guy again. Don't be fooled by his jolly banter. Always happy to give a free sample to local celebrities.
Ho ho ho! What have you got there?
Noisy tavern. Songs that draws out potential allies in the area. Is that the one that's the rallying cry? Over here. Leo's mighty roar drew a crowd of curious townsfolk.
Well, you know what they say. Share and share alike.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. Yeah, and these just psycho.
Really do make a lot of enemies, Volpan.
So that's 3 of them. I think it's the same makeup. Yeah, we'll fight them, I guess.
Let's not spill blood unless we absolutely have to. I'm, kind of a big deal. That was you, by the way.
Yeah, let's fight them too.
got off on the wrong foot. Oh, yep, that's the sound of Volpan's name dropping. Oh, bad bird.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. You'll never starve if you know the right place to look.
Something told Volpan that these chaps weren't here to talk.
His mighty roar drew a crowd of curious onlookers.
Heartwarming stuff. Oh, now you're in for it.
Okay. Billy shot in the combat. Solidarity of the weak. The poor, the weak, the needy, my 6 year survival pain, passion to attract potential allies. So it looks like I have to do one of these. Blue nimble hands. What if I were to steal your purse right from under your nose? That would be impressive, especially as you've just warned me you were about to. Hold on a minute. With a wry smile, Volpain produced a finely embroidered purse full of gold. The masked figure was taken aback. Very impressive indeed. Here you go, all present and correct. I'll tell you what, keep it. Consider that your first payment. Okay, so I just had to use one of those abilities on him. Oh, thanks very much. Now then, perhaps you'd like to tell us what it was you needed? I would like for the two of you to acquire an item for me, an instrument in fact. A very rare and beautiful lyre that is currently in the possession of the esteemed Lady Cattell. You mean the old bat who lives in the hill? I wouldn't call her that to her face, but yes, that's her. I'd like you to break into her manor, steal the lyre, and bring it to me at the Holy Grove. The Holy Grove? I know the place well. I'll get you there myself, Volpain. Excellent. Then I shall leave you to it. I look forward to our next meeting. Alright, we've got a job to do. At long last. We can get straight to it if you think we're ready to go. Or we could spend some more time on the streets to prepare. It's your call. Actually, how's about a small nap before we set off? You read my mind. Remember, you only have a limited number of skill cards in your adventures deck. Spending too many of their skill cards will tire them out. Oh. If you want to recover some skill cards, you will have to use rest cards on the right-hand side of the board. Each rest card has its own set of effects, and sometimes a price that you can decide to pay or not. Read them carefully to see what they cost. At least one of your adventurers is down to the last few skill cards. Maybe you can use the rest deck to recover some. Since rest cards will give skill cards back to all adventurers, it's often a good idea to use actions from all your adventures and not just one. If you spread the effort between them, they won't have to rest as often. Okay. Rest deck. An uneventful stop. Recover up to 3 skill cards per adventure. Spend... Oh, hunger. Spend 2 money and recover up to 3 skill cards per adventure, or lose 2 health points per adventure and recover. So... close. So, I have to do 2 foods? Yeah. These are the rest cards. You can roll over all cards to discover their effects, but you can only use the top card. Okay. Oh, okay. I was clicking the wrong spot.
That is quite enough laying around for the time being, thank you.
Feeling better already. You recovered some skill cards and suffered no other consequences. And the last card of the rest deck is always a game over, so be sure to check out how many times you can hope to rest in a region. Once you move on to the next region, the rest deck will be replaced with a new set of cards. The number of rest cards in the next region is independent of how many you've used here. Okay. You have completed this region. You can either proceed to the next region, or you might want to spend some more time here to gather resources and allies. Beware, consumables and resources are carried over from one region to the next. But they are not carried over from one mission to the next, so there's no need to hoard excessively. Region complete. Move on to when you're ready. Okay. Yeah, we'll move on. Somewhere in the garden. Leo has brought Volpane to the city gardens, where food is plentiful and secrets lurk around every corner. Deep in the labyrinth lies our hero's destination for the evening, Lady Catel's Manor. Oh, I had to click on it. Watch out, guards! There are now several hostile creatures in the search party, the deck of cards representing the animals chasing your party. Each time a new location card appears on the board, if it has a search party call token with an eye, it may spawn a group of enemies from the search party. Some of your actions may also add hostiles to the search party, hostiles that you may have to face later, so be careful. Okay. Right then, Timothy said the instrument is inside Lady Catel's Manor. The big house with the labyrinth. That's the one. But getting through that hedge maze is going to be tough. I think I saw some gardeners wandering around earlier. Maybe they'd know the way.
Volpan was ready to take on the law.
Alright. Gardener. Can I help you? One can get lost in these gardens. Gah, I hate labyrinths. I take it that you're not amazed by them then? Can you just save the jokes till we're done with this? Alright, so... a little help? Sure thing. Now, all we need to do is lead the gardener to the labyrinth and the rest should be easy. We'll see about that.
Could be something good there.
Most decks on the board can be browsed. For example, if you check the content of the exploration deck, you can see what will be the next location to be revealed. Maybe your current objective is somewhere in there. Maybe you want to check if the card you're looking for is coming soon. If a card is not in the exploration deck, there may be a way to access it with that effect or some effect. And remember, the exploration deck is cycling.
There has to be a way in.
Orchard, thorny bushes, patrolled garden, gardener. Well, the gardener knows the way. Well, let's fight.
Though the guards looked angry, it was nothing a few coins couldn't fix. That could have gotten out of hand.
Okay. You think they'll be useful? Only one way to find out. Maybe that gardener could open the door for us. This looks like a map of the labyrinth. But look, it's only the inner part of the maze. Yeah, why can't anything be simple? It's better than nothing. I'm sure we can find something to show us the way to the middle. Or someone. Alright, so we got a maze. Perfect place to relax. I hate labyrinths. Without this document, it'd be almost impossible. No, I wanted this one. You just used a skill card, but the only effect was to move to the next location in the exploration deck. It's not the most efficient way to travel, but skill cards with no effect on a particular location are encountered. Well, at least remove this card and move to the next card in the exploration deck. If what you need for a mission is to reach a card somewhere in the exploration deck, moving forward is actually useful. Oh, those look good. So there's 2 orchards. I don't know where we're supposed to go. Survival sense. Here are the enemies. And then engage them, I guess.
They might look the other way for the right price. Oh, yep, that's the sound of Volpan's name dropping.
Alrighty. They fled.
Oh, those are quite delicious when sautéed with a little honey, and if... No? Yeah, you're
Thorny
right.
bushes. You like scratches because if you go through this way, you're going to get scratches. I don't like the look of those thorns. I think that's the way we're supposed to go, though. Because I think that's what they mentioned in the beginning. Yeah, let's go. We'll get them out of the way, too.
They could be persuaded to look the other way, you know.
Alright. Oh, I can use the food on ourselves.
Fans of yours, eh?
Alright. Alright, so orchard fruit is the cornerstone of the average. Oh, that looks so good. Alright, so we have this. Dilly shot in the combat that can also take out enemies from a distance without raising an alarm. Expression called arms. Need some help, sir? Can I help you? One can get lost in these gardens. A little help? Sure thing.
Looks like you've got the law on your tail.
We have an appointment with the lady of the house. Would you show us the way through the maze? I've trimmed these hedges many a time. Follow me.
That's quite a statue.
Oh, okay. What is it? Sorry, sirs. I'd rather not go any further. What? You're serious? We're barely halfway. It's this statue, sirs. Bad luck it is. Haunted. The gardener backed away from the statue, nervously leaving Volpane and Leo alone. They had to admit it. It was a rather foreboding sight. Great. Shh. I think I hear a guard patrol coming. Quick, hide.
Oh, now you're in for it.
The patrol took up position right in front of the statue. Patrols we can deal with, but how are we going to find our way through the rest of this labyrinth? We found that map, remember? That should help us figure out the best route. Of course, let's take a look once we've dealt with the watch. If at any point you're lost during a mission, you can always use the hint system. Hovering over the button will show a very condensed reminder of your current objective. Cool. I want to do... Oh, I can't do aimed shot? Alright, well... We'll do aim shots. See that apple there? Yes. Oh, nice
Leo
shot.
would be pleased with that.
Alright.
little while. There's got to be something good around here.
Looks like they use this place to store some of their papers. I get a lot if I kill him, but I don't know if I want all that. Yeah, we'll do that because we'll need them help. Alright. That's a lot of them. But, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and engage, I guess.
How much do you think it would take
One
for
of
them
the
to...
hostiles you're facing has a special power. Special powers are signified by wooden tokens on the left side of the creature cards. Enemy powers can trigger during the negotiation phases or during the combat. They may trigger once or every few rounds. If you hover over a creature's card, you'll see a detailed description of its powers. Bell of the Watch. If it's his responsibility to sound the alarm, and it's responsibility he takes very seriously. Power. Add a constable to the search party every round. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of him.
Good thing no one told them about all the, you know, stealing.
It's 2.5. Oops.
What is everyone in this town on the take? It's good to get one's name out there from time to time.
Using the hint system multiple times may give more explicit help for more complex situations. Alright, we've got directions. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Ah, delicious.
Alright, so we have 2 maps now. If I'm reading this right, we should be there in no time. Good thing, too.
That's Lady Catel's manor.
Okay, maybe that was the hard part and it's all downhill from here. Wishful thinking. It's getting dark. Time to get down to business. Hold on a second. This could be our last chance to rest up. I need my nimble hands at the ready. Sometimes your adventurers won't have their best skills cards in their hand, but don't worry. Anytime you're not in combat, you can trade a skill card from your hand for another one. Just drag the card above its owner's deck and choose the new card. If the card is unavailable from your draw pile, you will have to pay a fixed price of 1 food per card. It's a little expensive, especially considering you could have rested to regain several cards at once, but the cost of resting can be also pretty high, so be careful not to burn through too many skill cards by trading them. How many of these do we have? Grab up to 3 skill cards per adventurer, but a small troop of guards is added to the search party. Okay. Well, we'll do that then.
Are you quite finished? We've got an apocalypse to avert.
What's this one? Spend 2 food and recover up to 3 skill cards per adventure. Spend and rest or rest? Lose 2 health points per adventure and recover up to 3 skill cards. No, I think that's... I don't think we need to. Alright. Sounds like the job will require nimble hands. Oh. Oh, you can do it against those. That's pretty neat. Didn't know that.
That's right. Not worth the trouble.
Okay, didn't know that. How do I... I need to get his nimble hands back. Trade skill for eavesdropping, nimble hands. There we go. Oh, that's what the nimble hands is for. I get it now. Under the cover of night, Volpain ghosted into the manor undetected. He darted through the corridors until he reached the main hall. There, in plain sight, stood the lyre in all its splendor, glinting in the moonlight. All he had to do was reach out and take it.
The second he touched the mysterious lyre, Volpan felt an ancient power flowing through him. Reality fractured and exploded into an infinite number of worlds, all identical and yet somehow distinct. Beyond the webs of fate, he witnessed all possible futures, resonating, vibrating, clashing. And then he saw, and he knew. He, his loved ones, his city, his kingdom, his world, everything was going to disappear, swallowed up by a cataclysm whose origin lurked behind the veil of possibilities.
Oh snap. The second he touched the relic, the sheer power of the visions caused poor Volpain to collapse on the spot. Leo took his unconscious friend on his back and fled the mansion, an army of guards at his heels. Hang in there, old friend. We'll get through this. I'll deal with the guards and get you to a safer place. Volpain? Volpain! You completed this mission with a few victims in your graveyard deck. For now, it won't change anything, but beware. If you leave a trail of bodies behind you, you may have to face the consequences later.
I must say, you've really surpassed yourself with that one, Volpan. Oh no, the cops.
Okay, so victory because we completed the mission. Volpain awoke in the forest of Ronceret, his head throbbing. The lyre was on the ground beside him, but Leo was nowhere to be found. Leo? Leo! Where is he? What happened? At that moment, he remembered the visions.
Impossible!
Before he had time to think, Volpain was struck with a vision of his friend in prison. A wave of despair swept over him. Leo, where are they taking him? Are they going to execute him? Oh gods, please no. This is a doom event card. It symbolizes tragic events that only Volpain can see and that will lead the world to its end. The number above the doom event indicates how many turns you have left before it happens, or at least that's if you do nothing to prevent it. Each mission you complete costs a turn, but don't worry, if you fail to complete a mission you can always retry with no time penalty. I need to help him before it's too late. They must have locked him up in Isenberg prison. This is a mission card. The choice of which missions you complete and the order in which you complete them is crucial to preventing doom events from occurring. Missions also contain secret side objectives and choices, all leading to different outcomes. It's up to you to experiment and make the right choices to fight fate. I'm coming, Leo. Wait, what the?
What's this?
The militia onslaught. Volpain was struck with another flash. The smell of blood, the clash of metal, the roar of a battle. A vision of a massacre yet to come. Are we gonna have to choose between our friend and this? The miners' strike. Father! The militia are preparing an attack on the blockade. Lady Cattell must be behind this. I have to warn them, or they'll all be slaughtered. If I'm going to warn the miners, I'll need to find their leader, Karst. They won't budge an inch without his say-so. God, what have I done? It's this damn instrument. Volpain looked at the strange lyre with disgust. I wish I'd never touched the blasted thing. Maybe if I give it back to Lady Cattell, that might smooth things over. After all, a fault confessed is half redressed. If I write a letter of apology and present it to the Council of Mothers, they might be able to put pressure on Cattell and prevent her from ordering the massacre. Volpain looked at the lyre once more before packing it into his satchel. Slowly, painfully, he dragged himself to his feet. All right, Volpain. You can fix this. He took a look around in an effort to get his bearings. To his left, he saw the fumes of the city rising above the trees. To his right, the silhouette of the Ferris Mount shrouded in the acid smoke from the mines. Better get moving. Your adventure begins now. Make your own choices and discover their consequences. Welcome to Foretales. I get it now! Foretales because... yeah, foreshadowing. Okay. So, this is the mission, and it has two... The theft of the relic didn't exactly go as planned. Leo's in jail, and Lady Cattell is out for revenge. Volpe needs to break his friend out fast. Choose your companions. We have no companions. Our companion's in jail. Start. I think I can save. Find a way in. The city watch is holding Leo in the local jail. Volpe needs to find a way inside to rescue him. Time for a prison break. I only have 4. Oh, it's because it's just him.
Leo's locked up in there. There has to be a way in.
I have a friend in there. I was hoping I'd be able to pay him a visit. Visit? What you think this is? A bloody retirement home? Perhaps we could come to some sort of an arrangement. Well, perhaps if you arrange for me to get 5 monies, I'll forget I ever saw you. 5 monies? Gah, where am I going to get that from?
What have you done this time?
Okay. Can I save? Alright, we're going to save. Are you sure you want to quit the mission? You will start over from the beginning of the current... Okay, so it auto-saves in between each mission. So if I save and quit now, it'll just start me back at the beginning of this region. So, let me just double check and make sure that's correct. Yeah, see? So yeah, I'll start back where I was. Alright. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and end it here for tonight. Until next time, bye-bye!